When fat guys talk, people listen. Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Fat Guy Talks. So we are in the month of June, which is hard to believe. It seems like 2020 has really kind of passed everyone by. But one thing that it being June means is that we are in Pride Month, which is a month for sort of awareness and appreciation of people in the LGBTQ plus community. And I myself am not a member of that community, but I'd like to consider myself an ally. And I just kind of wanted to take a minute to talk about my own personal experiences with the community. So my childhood, I guess I wasn't really that aware of even homosexuality as a concept until probably around the time I was 10 years old. It was around the time that Michael Jackson was acquitted of his molestation charges. So this would have been around the summer of 2005. I remember, a lot of kids would have these little schoolyard chants and little songs about, about how Michael Jackson was, gay for little boys. And I can sort of look back now and, see that it was really messed up how the emphasis was on him being gay more than being like a child molester. So... But anyway, being of the, coming from the background that I did, having the sort of upbringing that I did, I, sort of learned to see past a lot of the sort of gay stereotypes that were around at the time. They're still around today, but, they seemed especially prevalent back then. And, at school it was kind of like... It was kind of taboo, even without really saying it out loud, if there was something that people didn't like, they'd go, oh, that's gay or whatever, And just a little personal connection, my godparents are both gay, actually. My godfather, who's a college friend of my mom's, is, he's gay. He's a gay man. And my godmother, who was a friend of my parents from Iowa City, is a lesbian. I have friends that are gay. I have friends that are lesbians. I have friends that are bisexual. And I have friends that are transgender as well. And, pansexual and everything. And, I'm not trying to say this to, like, get a pat on the back or anything. I'm not looking for any sort of validation. I just kind of wanted to put that out there to sort of give my perspective on some recent happenings with legislation that would restrict gay parents from adopting. There's been all sorts of legislation against transgendered people for years now, and it's only been in the last several years that I've sort of learned about kind of what it's like to live that lifestyle, and it breaks my heart. It really does. It reminds me of it seemed like we'd come so far when gay marriage was passed by the Supreme Court about 5 years ago, and it always just broke my heart that people felt that gays didn't deserve to be married the way straight couples were. I always thought that was wrong. Who you love and who you're attracted to, it's a very human thing, and to sort of deny that kind of equality is to me, it's inhumane. And this legislation that we're seeing now, I'm really not aware of how far it's gotten. I'm really not sure how far it's going to go, but it's heartbreaking. We like to think that we're above this, but I still hear comments all the time. I hear little snide jokes all the time about people in the LGBTQ plus community, and it's really disheartening. But I know a lot of great people in that community. I know a lot of allies who are willing to do whatever it takes to help the community, and that sort of thing really kind of keeps me going, and it sort of reminds me that there's still so much left to fight for. To be honest with you, I know a lot of people, and a few people might not see it this way, but I really don't see this as like a political stance, like a political video. This to me is sort of taking a stand as a humanitarian. I don't think race, gender, sexual orientation, I don't think any of that should be something to have an opposing political view on. I think I'd love to see people in the world treat each other as equals, regardless of what they identify as, who they are, who they love. So there's probably, videos like this are probably a dime a dozen, but I just kind of wanted to put my piece out there. I'm very proud to know people in the LGBTQ plus community. I'm very proud to know people who are willing to stand by them. And as ashamed as I am of the people in this world who would sort of deny those basic civil rights, I'd like to think that good will prevail in the end. So, happy Pride Month, everyone. Like I said, I didn't intend to make this video for any sort of reward or a pat on the back. I don't expect a cookie, for making this video. A cookie would be nice, though. But in all seriousness, I just want to say, I think we can all do better. I think everyone in the world can do better at making humanity a truly equal, truly just population. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to tune in because there are more videos on the way. The summer of the fat guy is still going strong. So, thank you everyone, and have a wonderful Pride Month.